Hi, thank you for joining me for this review of this Eachine Wi-Fi FPV Selfie drone supplied courtesy of Banggood.com. So this is another selfie drone on the market. We had the Eachine E52. This is the JXD tracker. We get the WWRC H37 Alpha. So it is a popular drone and does come in various shapes and sizes. But the nice thing about this is that first of all it comes in this nice little zip box. It's quite strong. And if we open it up, we've got protective foam on the top there. And here it is, quite nicely presented in this case. So here we get the quadcopter drone itself. Okay, in white. Power button on the top here. Looks like underneath. And in the front here we've got an adjustable 720p HD camera. So it can tilt to quite a few various angles and down, and feels quite good and holds quite solid in place. And with it being a foldable drone, the arms fold out. Let's just power it on. At the back we've got a bright rear tail light or LED, and in the front we've got some quite bright headlights as well. If we compare this to the Eachine E52, in the front here we've just got this green light, but no front lights to assist much with orientation. We do have an adjustable camera head, but it doesn't adjust as much or as far. And although this also has quite a nice red tail light. And if we compare it to the JXD tracker, we've got one of these little difficult sort of on-off switches, and then the JXD tracker has got two nice bright headlights as well, but it does not have an adjustable camera in the front and has the two red lights at the back there. So this is quite a nice shape and design, more sort of flatter. It's got a very flexible plastic, so it should be good for durability. Let me just switch it off. The arms hold into the flying position quite well, but if it does knock against something, there isn't that much resistance, so the arms will fold and also help prevent the arms getting damaged. The propellers, quite flexible, feel quite strong, not brittle, so shouldn't get damaged too easily. And these are held on with a single screw on the top. Here are the motors, and there's cooling vents for the motors on the top and the bottom of all four of the arms. We've got four little rubber feet for landing pads here, and then we have the modular battery here, so we've got to press here to unlock. It's a fairly small battery, it's a 3.7 volt, but packs a 500 mAh and should be good for a flying time of 7 minutes. And actually put it in, put it down there, press it back and clip, and the battery locks into place there. Then this is very unusual. This comes with this type of remote control. This can also work with an app for the Wi-Fi, but this is a one-handed remote controller to control, and you can also use the gyro to fly it and do it this way too. So really looking forward to trying this and seeing how this works. Be quite good if it does work well. And for this you need to supply your own 2 AAA batteries. They just go in here, and then this clips back on here. This front button here, or trigger, is to adjust the speeds. And then take off you press, and to land you press down on here again. Then the top button here is for headless mode. This is an emergency stop button here. This is a calibration button for the 6-axis gyro. So you need to press and hold it for at least 2 seconds to calibrate before taking off. And it's normally good to do that, making sure the quad is on a level surface and you're in the high rate when you calibrate. And then this button over here is to switch the lights on and off. And here's the main power button to turn this remote on and off. The battery gets charged with a USB cable. Plug it into the battery. Now the good thing is it's got one of these singular pins. And I'll just show you quickly where it plugs in. On the battery over here, there's a little tiny port there that plugs into there. So at least we haven't got these little pins that can get bent so easily. This plugs into a USB source. No lights come on, but when it is finished charging, a red light comes on. It also comes with this instruction manual. Okay, good quality, quite clear, good diagrams, and gives you all the instructions you need to know. Also the QR codes to download the app. And if you want to fly with a mobile device, the app is called Eachine Fly. This is it on the monitor over here. And then it's always good to see now if they tell you what the functions of the app do. So this is very nice and very good to see. Then also just gives you basic flight instructions as well. We get 4 spare propellers, which is always good. Also get a star Phillips screwdriver for removing and replacing props. And we also get this pad that has 4 spare rubber feet for the bottom of the craft. So let's get this out of the way. Let's power on the quad again. There we can see we've got the lights on. Then turn on the remote here. Okay, throttle stick forward and back, and then it's bound. Then if I press the calibrate button here, the lights flash and then go solid, and then that is it calibrated. 3 speeds. So let's put it in the high speed and calibrate again. And that is it calibrated. And back to the low speed. And this has altitude hold with a barometer, so basically a gravity sensor as well. It can do 360-degree flips and rolls, but I think you can only do that if you use the app and not this remote, because I can't really see a function for that on this remote. So let's have a look at the app itself. So first of all, with the cod switched on and broadcasting a wireless signal, we need to connect to it wirelessly. So on your device, yeah, I can see UAV and some numbers, so we'll select that one. And that is it connected to Wi-Fi. We open up the app and press play. We're connected and have FPV. So I'm not going to go through all the app's features, but you can use the app. This app also has what it calls a beauty mode, which means before you take a picture you can make adjustments to improve and enhance the quality of a picture. So all the functions of the app are contained in the instruction manual, but I'll put up a picture now that'll just show you the basic functions for this app. If you want to use the app, I personally prefer using a remote control, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this remote control is going to work. Now this should have a range of about 30 meters, which is fairly adequate for the size of the quad itself. So let me try and start it up and then turn the remote off and see what will happen if it does go out of range. So I'm going to press start. That's started. I'm going to turn the remote off. Not so easy with one hand. Ooh, as I turned it off, it virtually lost signal straight away. Let's just try that again. Thousand and 1002. So in about 2 seconds, if it does lose contact with the remote, it will power down and descend wherever it is. Can we rebind with it if we get closer again? Yes, we can. So we need to push the throttle lever forward and back again to rebind. Let me test the stop button. Yes, if we press the stop button, the motors stop almost instantaneously. So let's go and see how it flies. Okay, so let's see how the E56 flies and also how this remote works. So press down to start, starts, then throttle up. Okay, so pitch forward, roll back, pitch forward, roll back. Okay, can go up higher. So go forward, come back. So basically the motion serves as your direction, and then you still got throttle and elevation to use the stick going up. But you know, it's holding quite steady if you can keep your hand steady. So it's very different, very interesting. Now the only thing is, if we do a yaw, we're going to then do it in the reverse. So let's try that. So yeah, maneuver around. Do yaw. Lights look good. Let's see what it looks like in the dark. Yes, quite bright, quite light. Very impressive in the dark too. Nice and stable. Lights are really bright and nice. So this works really quite well. Okay, let's do a landing. And that's it, landed. Well, that was very interesting and actually quite nice to fly with this type of remote. Something new, something different, and works quite well. The quad itself looks very good, lights very bright, very stable. So quite impressed so far. So I'll finish off this review for now until I can get outdoors and see how it flies outdoors, and also see how much flying time we can get. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see the outdoor flight. Cheerio.